Hey, we're back. This is Unapologetic Gentlemen, episode 10. Here, myself, Tyrone, co-host Gonzo, and Jolan in the building, man. We're excited. We made it to episode 10. Most podcasts don't do it. Fresh off the press, Super Bowl just happened. Tom Brady, a.k.a. GQ, a.k.a. the Icon, a.k.a. the GOAT, just won his 7th Super Bowl, 10th appearance. Has the GOAT conversation finally been put to bed from the quarterback position?
Why are you making that face, Joey?
Because that's just ludicrous to say that.
Say what?
It's ludicrous to say a man that won 7 Super Bowls in 10 tries is the GOAT of the position.
We all know that's 10. We all know that's a team sport, and winning Super Bowls is a team accolade.
It is.
Okay, so that just means he had a good team.
He's won a Super Bowl in 3 different decades.
That's great, and I think he's had a Hall of Fame career.
So who's the GOAT?
You think he's had a Hall of Fame career?
I know.
Okay, so he's had the best career of anyone that's ever played quarterback. Correct? Can we say that though?
I know.
From an accomplishment standpoint.
No, from a team accomplishment standpoint, yeah.
But it's a team game.
It is a team game.
And it's about winning.
Yeah, but when you say GOAT, that doesn't mean, when I say GOAT, it's not greatest of all teams. It's greatest of all time. Like one person that's greatest of all time.
Okay. And if it's not Tom Brady, we know it's definitely not your boy Drew Brees. So who are you saying it is?
It's always 9. It's always 9.
So who are we saying it is?
No, it's the sheriff. We already know it's the sheriff. It's the sheriff.
For people who don't know who the sheriff is, that's Peyton Manning?
Peyton Manning is the sheriff.
So why? Because he has more MVPs?
He has more MVPs. He has more pros.
So that's your reasoning?
Yeah. Okay. Fuck yeah.
So you have more MVPs. I mean, it's a good argument, but in the biggest games, he didn't play well.
That's possible.
That's possible. Pick sixes, what I remember.
Yeah, of course, and that happens. You lose games, and I remember, I remember Tom Brady winning the Super Bowl and scored 13 points or some dumb shit like that. Fucking what the hell?
I think it was 10. They won 10
points. Okay,
so
so
13 might have been 13.
Whatever. That doesn't make a difference. What we talking about is 7-time All-Pro. 7. I mean,
this isn't for argument's sake. You really
no, it is for argument's sake because I think Tom Brady's the GOAT. But was he the best regular season quarterback ever? No. Was he the most talented? No.
He won Super Bowls.
But
so what?
I'm gonna give him the GOAT because
that's the GOAT, man.
I don't care. Listen, you tell me to win. You tell me I win 7 Super Bowls. Great. That's a great accomplishment. How about
it's an extraordinary accomplishment.
Give me 5 MVPs. Which one are you taking? 5 MVPs. 5.
We play for Super Bowl.
But he has 3. It's not like he's Robert Ory who has 7. It's not like he's Robert Ory who has 7 rings and nothing. He has 3 MVPs.
You got 3 and I got 5.
How many All Pros?
You got 3 and I got 5.
I think he has 3 or 4 All Pros.
Who?
Tom Brady.
Yeah, and I have 7. That means 7 fucking times when you were playing, because they both played at the same time. 7 fucking times. Guess what? They picked me over you.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're about to tell you a third of your career. A third of your career.
But for the majority of his career, he played with Hall of Fame talent at the receiver position.
Let me tell you this, and we're about to say that
who had better receivers.
There was a long span of his career where he didn't play with Hall of Fame talent at the receiver position.
That's perfectly fine. And there's
Tom Brady,
there's a span of Peyton's that he didn't play with him either. What is that supposed to mean?
Very small span.
A small span in terms of Peyton's career. Yeah, but I don't care.
A large span of Tom Brady's career.
What I'm telling you is this. I have 5 MVPs and I have 7 All-Pros. And guess what? All 5 and all 7 came while your ass was in the league. We were in the league at the same time.
So some
of these Super Bowls that you got, I wasn't in the league. Some of these MVPs you got, I wasn't in the league. But when I was in the league.
He was in the league for all them MVPs.
Maybe the MVPs. Yeah, when I'm in the league. When I was in the league. When you and I were in the league.
In their prime,
when you and I were in our prime,
but I'm asking you, in their prime, you're a GM and you're about to draft.
If I'm taking the first overall pick, what are we talking about?
That's the reason why Tom Brady got drafted 6th overall.
What the fuck?
In the 6th round.
Hell
no. But I'm talking about in their prime. In their prime,
I'm taking Peyton Manning. It's the sheriff. What are we talking about? It's the sheriff. We're not even gonna have this conversation. It's the sheriff.
I can't believe we're even having the conversation of the GOAT right now.
Are you saying that the reason why Tom Brady was successful is because of Bill Belichick, even though he proved this year that's not the reason why he wins?
No, I'm not gonna say necessarily he was successful because of Bill Belichick, but I think those.
So why does Peyton Manning and all his greatness only have 2 rings and one of them he got carried to?
I think they go hand in hand. But you're not about to tell me that Peyton Manning didn't have a successful career when he was in I don't want to say call it career, successful seasons when he was in Denver. He had one. He had 2. No, he had 2. He had 2 great seasons. So 50 touchdown seasons.
Hey, but we're not going to.
So what the hell are we talking about? So without Tony Dungy, I did it. And without Bill Belichick, you did it. Good for you. That's what we are. But we're not going to say I don't want to say Peyton Manning's career is tied to Tony Dungy, and Tom Brady's career is tied to Bill Belichick. That's forever going to be forever. That doesn't matter to me. I think that's stupid.
And we can't pretend that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers wasn't stacked. That's
of course they're stacked.
Of course, but you got to be a stack. You got to have a stacked roster to go win the Super Bowl.
Of course they're stacked.
No, agreed.
Even the Giants were stacked. They were just stacked on defense.
No, but it's not like Brady put them on their back. Like he had a team.
No, but I mean, obviously his level to Jameis Winston's of playing the position is not comparable.
And obviously 7 All-Pros to 5 is not comparable. 3.
Yeah, I think it's 3 or 4.
7 rings to 2 though is
5 MVPs. That means I did it for 16 fucking games all season and playoffs. And people said, guess what?
Nah, you don't get MVPs for playoffs though.
Whatever. And guess what? People said, I'm better than him. And I did it in the middle of my career. It's the middle of my fucking career. Middle of your career. Your prime. During your prime, I'm kicking your ass.
So
that's the difference.
Okay, so
that's the difference.
If you're saying he's the GOAT, Peyton Manning's the GOAT, I'm saying Tom Brady's the GOAT. You're saying
Tom Brady.
So what would Patrick Mahomes have to do to pass either one of them?
I mean, you're gonna have to give me 5 MVPs, some dumb shit like that, and you're gonna have to win multiple Super Bowls. You don't have to win 7 Super Bowls to go to fucking to be called the GOAT.
I don't think.
Because if it was because if we were Bill Russell would be the GOAT, then if that's what we were talking about.
I'm not looking at Tom Brady just as Super Bowls. One, I'm looking at his passing yards, touchdowns,
great.
Passer rating, touching the interception ratio,
all those Peyton
and the fact that he won 3 MVPs.
All those Peyton.
No. But I'm saying all of that encompassing everything is the reason why I think he's the GOAT. It's not like he's lacking statistically.
All that encompassing everything plus 5
less rings,
5 less rings,
8 less appearances at the Super Bowl.
And 8 less appearances, absolutely.
Oh no, I think he went to 3 because they lost to y'all, didn't they?
Absolutely.
The Coast lost. Yeah, they lost.
But 3 more MVPs and 5 more All-Pros. While you're fucking playing, literally. This is my difference.
No, I get it. I get it.
Peyton Manning hasn't played in 4 years. I don't have a problem with people saying that. Peyton hasn't played in 4 years now.
Peyton Manning was definitely more talented.
Peyton hasn't played in 4 years.
There's no doubt about that.
There's 4 years worth of shit that Tom Brady's getting that fucking Peyton ain't getting. In your fucking prime, I'm kicking your ass. That's the difference. In your fucking prime, I'm kicking your ass. Holy shit, that's wholly different game.
What do you mean by kicking your ass?
I'm kicking your ass.
In what way?
When there's all pros being counted, they're giving them to me and you. When there's MVPs being counted, they're giving them to me and you. I'm kicking your ass. Now, yeah, you may win a game. You may be in the playoff games. You may do that. It's a team sport. That shit happens. There's a team sport. Some shit may go wrong. I make the fucking Vinatieri may miss a fucking field goal. Who the fuck knows?
But sometimes it's Peyton Manning is the reason why it went wrong.
There's sometimes that is.
I remember Ty Law picked them off 3 times in the AFC Championship game.
Who's more clutch, Brady or Peyton? Clutch. I'm just saying clutch. Clutch. In the moment when it's crunch time.
When I can look up their clutch scores about who leading drives, I'm almost certain Peyton Manning would be more than I'm almost certain you get more game-winning drives than Peyton Manning.
I know Tom Brady has the most game-winning drives in the playoffs.
Okay,
for sure.
Possibly.
Clutch, and that's the most clutch time.
It's clutch time. He probably played more playoff games. Who the fuck knows? Again, there's 4 more years. Well, of course he did.
He went to 10 Super Bowls.
There's 4 more years that he's fucking playing right now. You understand that? There's 4 more years that's counting. Again,
that's not Tom Brady.
It doesn't. I was busting your ass.
He's not Frank Gore. He's playing at an elite level in his.
True,
in his
but I was busting your ass in your prime. In your prime, I'm busting your ass.
No, because he also won MVPs in Peyton Manning's prime.
You did, but I won 5 of them.
Yeah, but it's like
I won 5 of them.
It's like it's kind of like the Barry Sanders Emmitt Smith argument.
No, it's not,
because they both played in each other's prime, but Barry won 6 All-Pros and Emmitt won 4.
That's not
in the 10 years that Barry played.
That's not.
But Barry was a better player.
That's not. I won 5 MVPs in that time.
So
why the fuck you were there?
If one of them was Jordan and one of them was LeBron, who's who?
I have 7 All-Pros. Do you understand how many?
You hear what I said? If one of them is Jordan and one of them is LeBron, who's who?
Neither one of them is Jordan.
Yeah.
People were comparing
there's been
that.
a lot of talk. People were comparing that. Listen, no. Listen, Jordan and LeBron played both sides of the ball and affect the game in different ways. Tom Brady ain't playing defense, and he's not Tom Brady's not helping Devin White or Shaq Barrett make plays on defense. So Michael Jordan was the defensive player of the year before in the NBA.
I didn't realize how important the O linemen were, huh? Because this guy was running for his life.
I try to tell everyone, man.
Always.
You don't have your 2 starting offensive tackles. Good luck. Everyone, what's it, the Kansas City Chiefs? Okay. All right. People forgot what happened to Tom Brady in them 2 Super Bowls against Michael Strahan and O.C. Umeara.
Getting at that
Listen, man, you can't protect the quarterback. I don't care how good you are.
The stat that I saw that was crazy. They said he ran 497 yards.
Yeah, man. He was running for his life on a bum toe.
That's insane.
Hey, man.
See what else you got for us, man.
So, hey, man, the next topic, which is near and dear to my heart because, like I told people before, Calvin Johnson was going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, and he was. So the new...
you won money on that, right?
Oh, yeah. The new Hall of Fame class was just announced. Peyton Manning, Charles Woodson, Calvin Johnson were first ballot Hall of Famers. And I believe John Lynch and Alan Faneca, the great guard for the Steelers and Jets, went in. So for me, though, kind of back to what Deion Sanders was saying last year, I think the getting the Hall of Fame has just become far too easy. And I believe that the Hall of Fame should be only reserved for the elite of elite players. John Lynch, to me, wasn't an elite football player. He was a very good football player, had a couple of great seasons, but elite, no. And for me, outside of the quarterback position, if I have to think about whether you're a Hall of Famer, I just go to All Pro. So if you don't have at least 3 and you're already on the fence to me, you're not a Hall of Famer.
What was the argument that you were hearing about Calvin Johnson not being a first ballot?
Well, because some people said, well, he didn't have as many touchdowns as certain people. He didn't play as long, but, I mean, he was being double-teamed the majority of his career. So the thing is, the good thing about the Hall of Fame is people have to watch, journalists have to vote, so there's context to everything. So touchdowns are not necessarily apples to apples in every situation. I mean, Julio Jones isn't going to have as many touchdowns as he should have either, but he's being double-teamed. So,
is Frank Gore going to be a Hall of Famer? First ballot?
If he's a first ballot, I can't respect the Hall of Fame. I'm not going to lie to you. I get it. He's one of 3 people that has 16,000 yards. But if he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, I can't. Like, to me, he wasn't an elite player. He had one great season. And then he had, after that one great season, his second year, I don't think he had more than 1,200 yards in another season.
Listen, this BC guys, man, they hate the U, man.
I don't hate the U. I don't hate the U.
I get it, guys.
I don't hate the U.
I like Frank Gore. There's no way he's to fall. He should be a Hall of Fame. I do like Frank Gore. I played against him a few times. Tough as fucking
He'll
nails.
Get in.
That motherfucker's tough as shit. Downhill back, all that good shit you want a running back, but he's just not. Like when you compare him to other backs in the Hall of Fame,
he had one season where he had 10 touchdowns.
Like, what the hell are you talking about?
Let me give you guys right. He had one season where he had above 1,200 and something yards. And he had one season where he had 10 touchdowns. Let me just ring off stats. Right, I'm gonna tell you the person that this is. Okay, 3-time Pro Bowler. Now, mind you, Frank Gore went to 5 Pro Bowls. Never was a first-team All-Pro. 3-time Pro Bowler, first-team All-Pro once, won an MVP. Okay. In a 5-year span, he had 1,300 yards, 14 touchdowns, 1,200 yards, 16 touchdowns, 1,400 yards, 14 touchdowns, 1,700 yards, 16 touchdowns, 1,900 yards, 27 touchdowns. You know who that is?
Marshall Faulk.
No.
Sean Alexander.
Got
him.
Man ain't never sniffed the Hall of Fame.
Sean Alexander?
Never sniffed it. Won an MVP. He had a 5-year span that's better than Frank Gore's whole career. Yeah. Whole career. Let me give you another person. Okay. His rookie year, he ran for 1,500 yards, had 15 touchdowns, won the Pro Bowler. Had 6 seasons of over 1,300 yards. Had 4 seasons where he had 10 touchdowns or more. He's not in the Hall of Fame. You know who that is? Clinton Portis.
It's
Clinton Portis.
It's not that. Listen,
Clinton Portis. His rookie year, he ran for 1,500 and 15 touchdowns, and he would have been a first team. He would have been an All Pro this year if he put those numbers up. He wasn't even a Pro Bowler.
That's crazy.
The thing is that people are hanging their hat on the all-time yards when it comes to Frank Gore.
I get it, but he was never an elite player.
He's never.
Let me give you another person. Frank Gore has 82 rushing touchdowns. Okay, this person has 3 All Pros. Okay, 3 Pro Bowls, has 86 touchdowns in his career. He's not in the Hall of Fame. Priest Holmes.
Yeah, you just named some.
He had 4 seasons where he was the first or second or third best back in the NFL.
So if we looked up the Hall of Fame, what running backs are in there? You think the names that they ran off the list should be in there compared to some of the ones that are in there?
No. This is my argument against Frank Gore.
No,
all the other people.
Can you look that up?
Most of the other people.
The people are in the Hall of Fame.
The people that are in there are special. They're special. They're special. They're definitely special. So Sean Alexander also
crazy.
Sean Alexander has more touchdowns than Barry Sanders and Tony Gonzalez.
He's
not in the Hall of Fame.
Barry Sanders.
He has more touchdowns than Barry Sanders.
Terrell Davis.
You think eventually he'll get in?
No. Sean Alexander. No.
Oh, no, he'll never get
in. He retired a while ago.
It's already over.
He ain't getting in.
He ain't getting in. It's already over.
But this is my point, though. Like,
those numbers?
That's the problem I have. Let me give you another example. Okay? Because I heart this one a lot. You're a homer. You like this one. Zach Thomas is 5th all-time in tackles, has 7 Pro Bowls, 5 All-Pros. He's not in the Hall of Fame. John Lynch has 2 All-Pros. He just got in.
Yeah, but you have to compare.
He has 5.
You
know who else has 5?
Deion
Sanders.
You
know who else has 5 All-Pros? Terrell Owens. You know who else has 5 All-Pros? Randy Moss.
You can't compare John Lynch to Zach Thomas.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Is Patrick Willis a Hall of Famer?
He should be.
He has 5 All-Pros. Is Luke Kuechly a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, he should be.
He has 5 All-Pros.
Yeah.
This man had 5 All-Pros, and he's 5th all-time in tackles. You know who's ahead of him? Ray Lewis, Derek Brooks, London Fletcher, who's not in the Hall of Fame.
Is Steve Atwater a Hall of Famer?
To me, no.
So why do you think Zach Thomas?
But he is. But he wasn't he wasn't an elite player.
So since he's in, that's the bar.
I understand
that's
that.
the bar.
But my problem is the inconsistencies.
Why do you think Zach Thomas is not getting in though?
It's not about inconsistency.
And John Lynch is.
It's
done.
every spin.
Zach Thomas has been retired forever.
I know, but why do you think? He
may
didn't
get in later, 20 years from now, when they do the committee for the older players.
Why do you think he didn't get in and John Lynch did?
I don't know. But a lot of it has to do with people liking people, right? So obviously, I love Calvin, great guy, right? Know him personally. He deserved to be a first ballot, right? But the reality is, he had 86 touchdowns. Terrell Owens had 153. He went in his 3rd try. Like, the Hall of Fame has no credibility to me.
Oh, because of that. Yeah.
No, it has no credibility.
It's not that it doesn't have any credibility. There are times where they taint it, and that's one of those situations. The Terrell Owens is the first ballot Hall of Famer. Like, those fuckers did him dirty. Like, that's
okay. Let me ask you.
As you can
I know your answer to this one, but let me ask you what you think will happen. Antonio Brown, is he a first ballot Hall of Famer in your eyes?
I think so.
He has 7 All-Pros.
I don't think
he has 4 All-Pros.
I don't think he'll get in.
7-time Pro Bowler. He'll get in eventually.
I don't think he'll get in.
But based on his statistics, he should be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Was Lynn Swan?
No, Lynn Swan took forever to get in.
But he got in.
He did.
Whose numbers are better?
Then who? Oh,
AB's
numbers are way better.
So then, way better. They shouldn't even be a
different. You got to remember, they add Lynn Swan won 4 Super Bowls.
Yeah. Different time.
John Stallworth got in too. He was the other receiver. But my thing, like, the inconsistency of the Hall of Fame is what irks me.
It's not that it's inconsistent. It's that sometimes it's tainted based on who the person is, and then the bar is different based on
everyone.
Based on not everyone.
But I'm confused about the Zach Thomas, because from what I remember, people like Zach Thomas.
The Zach Thomas,
and he has 5 All-Pros.
The Zach Thomas is very confusing.
That's the one that confuses me the most.
It's not. It's just about the time.
Especially as a former linebacker, I don't get it.
Zach Thomas is very confusing.
I don't get it.
Of course,
because Luke Kuechly's gonna be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Is Jason Taylor getting in the Hall of Fame?
He already got it.
He got in.
Yeah, he got in.
Hey, how are his numbers compared to Zach?
Sacks, I think.
It's just like the John Elway story. Everybody says John Elway is like one of the best quarterbacks.
And then you look at his numbers.
Look at his numbers. You're like, what the fuck out of here?
But he won MVPs.
I don't care. Check
that's why.
I don't give a fuck. Check off.
He won MVPs.
Yeah, it's not hard. I won an MVP. I got Terrell Davis and I got fucking Shannon Sharpe.
It's not hard to win an MVP.
I got Terrell Davis and I got Shannon Sharpe, and I'm doing nothing.
No, he won an MVPs without Terrell Davis. Terrell Davis.
And I got Terrell Davis and Shannon Sharpe, and I got
this guy. That's when he won 2 Super Bowls.
And I got.
Well, he's mad because on every list that we've ever seen, John Elway's ahead of Drew Brees.
And I'm throwing 25 touchdowns.
So he doesn't like that. He doesn't like that.
And John Elway, I do 25 touchdowns.
Nah, bro, was John Elway?
Nah, Brees is a better quarterback than Elway.
Was John Elway an elite player though?
During that time,
okay.
I would think.
So let me ask you, because what draft class was that? 2004.
Yeah.
The Big Ben, Phillip Rivers. Yeah. Eli Manning draft class. I don't think any of those people were elite football players, and I don't think any of them. No one will ever say either one of those people were better than John Elway.
They were elite talent. John Elway's whole
from a statistical standpoint, they had better careers, but in terms of what people, again, we didn't watch John Elway in his prime, obviously, but from the way people talk about him, and the regard that people hold him in,
shit. You know, John Elway has no All-Pros. I don't know if they were fucking not doing.
No, he won an MVP. He has to have an All-Pro. He has to. He won an MVP.
Sir, I'm not going crazy, but I'm not gonna. I don't even care. what we're talking about is those three talents. Those three people were talented,
and none of those three people we just named have an All Pro or an
elite,
MVP.
They were elite talent. They are elite talent,
but they don't have any All Pros, and they don't have. Yeah, but that's what we respect most of All Pros.
Guess what? They played during the Sheriff's time. They played during the Sheriff's time and Tom Terrific's time.
And so Aaron
guess
Rodgers'
what?
time.
And Aaron Rodgers' time. So guess what, sir? I'm sorry. You played during the Sheriff's time. I don't give a fuck. The Sheriff has seven fucking All Pros.
What's your guys' prediction?
And he played with the GOAT.
What's your guys' prediction?
I don't know what to tell you.
With Pat Mahomes, where he'll end up?
The fuck?
I don't know.
Where do you put him?
I mean, he has all the talent.
That's why it's a prediction. That's why it's a prediction. Where do you put him?
I mean, he'll probably go down as one of the
top 5.
Because from a statistical standpoint, his statistics are going to be outrageous as long as he stays healthy. Yeah. So
you guys think top 5?
From a statistical talent
top 5 quarterback of all time.
No, I think he's talented enough to be it. I don't know if he will.
That's why it's a prediction.
Will the accomplishments add up? I don't know.
I'm gonna say no,
but
no,
it's unlikely. It's more unlikely than not.
No,
I mean it's more unlikely than likely that he reaches that level. Everyone's just assuming because he went to 2 Super Bowls in 3 years that he's just gonna be back.
Yeah,
I mean Dan Marino went to Super Bowl and I think his second year too. I'm sure he thought he'd be back. No, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Injuries, all types of things. Eventually, Tyreek
Kelsey and Hill gonna be out of there.
Kelsey won't be there. Yep. Can you replace them? Eventually, Andy Reid's not gonna be there. Eric Bieniemy's probably not going to be there.
So give me a prediction. Bold prediction.
I said no.
Top 5, top 10. Where do you put him?
I say he'll probably end up from a statistical standpoint. He'll be a top 10 quarterback. From an accomplishment standpoint, I would have to say probably not.
Where would you put him? Top 20? I'm just asking from an accomplishment.
Top 15.
I mean, he's already accomplished things that are crazy, anyways. But from an accomplishment standpoint, he'll probably end up in the top 10.
Top 10, top 10.
Because if he goes back to another Super Bowl, the fact that he's won one and could go to 3 puts you in the elite company anyways. Not many quarterbacks played in 3 Super Bowls.
Why? Jim Kelly went to fucking 4. Who cares? Yeah. Who cares? Nobody fucking sits here and say Jim Kelly's the fucking elite. Who fucking cares?
Well, people say he was elite.
He was elite, but nobody fucking naming him in the top 10.
Top 10 quarterback.
So just because you're going,
some people
everybody
might.
fucking naming him.
Some people might.
Who's your top 5 quarterbacks of all time?
There's bias in my
but I want to know.
That's easy for me. I'll go.
No,
you want me to go first? Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Joe Montana, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers.
Here we go. That's
my 5. In
Me?
order.
What's your 5?
Not in that order.
I want it in order.
In order.
Dan Marino would be my 6th.
I want it in order.
Dan Marino would be my 6th.
I want it in order, Joey.
Dan Marino would be my 6th. Brett Favre would be my 7th.
We're about to hear some fucking blasphemy.
Brett Favre would be my 7th.
That's why I'm putting him on the spot. Look,
listen, man. It's his list. It's his list. So I'm assuming from our conversation, Peyton Manning's 1 for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then number 2?
The problem is...
No, who number 2? Who? He's going to go number 9.
Number 2 would have to be Tom Brady.
Okay.
Then 9. Then 9.
Who's 9?
9.
No, I'm saying for the audience.
9.
Drew Brees. He's going Drew Brees.
9.
So you put Drew Brees. You put Drew Brees ahead of Montana?
Then Montana, then fucking Rodgers. Yeah, fuck Montana. Excuse my language. I like Montana. I love you, Montana. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm 9, man. I'm 9, son.
Oh, you know what I wanted to talk about too? Because I grew up in Massachusetts, right? So on Facebook, I'm seeing all these people rooting for Tom Brady that are diehard Patriots fans, so called, right? I grew up in Massachusetts, right? Before Tom Brady won a Super Bowl, I don't remember anyone being a Patriots fan. Anyone.
Homers.
Anyone. I never saw people. First of all, I grew up in Boston. Foxborough is about 40 minutes away. Yes, I don't remember anyone being a Patriots fan. I remember Larry Bird. I remember Pedro Martinez.
Because they suck.
Manny Ramirez. Ray Bork. Right? I remember.
Ray Bork is.
He was a great hockey player. I remember all of us, everyone acts like they were
because
a diehard Patriots fan.
Who's going to be out here repping the team that's shitty?
No. Because the Red Sox hadn't won a World Series.
Nope. But the Red Sox are beloved.
Yeah, but they hadn't won a World. But my point is that everyone was a Red Sox fan.
Fuck
everyone,
the Patriots, first of all.
because obviously we had to, with the history of Boston, we had Larry Bird, who was special. Everyone was a Larry Bird fan.
Who's better, Larry Bird or Kevin Durant?
I still have Larry Bird ahead of Kevin Durant for me.
Joey.
But let me get back to my point. So for all these people that I grew up with that act like they're diehard Patriots fans, you guys need to stop lying. You guys were Tom Brady fans.
I mean, that's coming out.
You guys were Tom Brady fans. No, it's not coming out. It's the people outside of Massachusetts. That's not coming out.
That's coming out.
Oh, yeah. People are seeing all these people. I'm like, no, I don't ever remember you. No one went to a Patriots game. No one.
Yeah, well,
no one was wearing
shitty.
Patriots jerseys.
They're going to be shitty for the next 10, 20 years
Red
now.
Sox was shitty forever.
We grew up in the hood.
The Red Sox,
no one was going to games.
it doesn't matter. Red Sox was shitty forever.
In the hood,
No one wanted to be Drew Bledsoe. No one. I remember a couple of people. Curtis Martin was the real deal, but
Curtis
listen,
Martin
man,
was that man.
Listen, man. All these pretend Patriots fans, y'all hilarious, man.
Hey, and welcome to reality.
And I'm
by
talking
the
to
way.
a lot of y'all that I knew and grew up with.
But yo, hey, welcome them to reality now.
Oh yeah, reality's gonna hit. I said, Cam Newton. Listen, y'all back to mediocrity like everyone else. You're gonna have a couple of 7-9, a couple of 9-7 seasons. It's not because Bill Belichick can't draft, and it's not because he can't coach. Tom Brady has left the building.
Hey, so we talked about this before.
Tom Brady has.
Hey, we talked about this before. What percentage now is it Brady to Belichick on the?
Oh, but I said 60-40 before he won the Super Bowl.
Yeah. What is it now though? Now
it's
after,
still 60-40.
So you still think 60-40, 80-20? I'll go 80-20, man.
Because if you don't have an elite player at the quarterback position and you don't have an all-time great defense, you're not going to win. You have to have one of the two.
These two are forever.
Forever linked.
Okay, no, of course. Listen, but do you think Belichick? You think he was like, "Fuck, this motherfucker just won one"?
This is the reason why I respect Bill Belichick. Okay, because we all been in the NFL. Well, right, been in the locker rooms, and we knew people that had no business making the team.
Yep.
Okay. The reason why I respect Bill Belichick is because he'll cut a second round pick without blinking.
Without fucking thinking about it.
Without blinking. If he knows in your first training camp you're not good enough to play in the NFL, he'll get rid of you. Every other GM will hold on for dear life to try to make themselves look
justify
good.
the pick.
We've all been in the locker rooms and seen. I played with a guy that was a second round pick that we knew there's no he should not be in the NFL.
Yeah.
I hate that guy. I fucking hate that guy.
Yeah.
I fucking hate him.
I know who he's talking about because he played the same position as Joe Long.
Fucking hate him.
Right? But my point is,
that reason
I've been in a meeting room, linebacker meeting room, right, and seen the guy who was starting, okay, make the same mistake over.
You gonna name that guy?
Over? No, I'm not. And over again. Okay. This is why that team went 0-16. He was like he made the same mistake over and over and over again. And our coach told us, right, all the linebackers in the meeting room. One day he was out sick, said, "Hey guys, just so you guys know, no one's competing against this guy for his spot, like because of the money that he was making."
Same guy you guys are talking about?
Bill Belichick would have different guy. Bill Belichick would have cut his ass.
Oh yeah.
Bill Belichick would have cut him.
What school did that guy go to, Joey?
I'm not telling you what school he went to. Oh, the school that the guy that Joey hit?
Yeah,
no, I'm not telling you.
Fucking do some research. It's
Do
not
some
that
research.
hard.
But my point is like
It's not that fucking hard.
my point is that that's the reason why I know
Listen, I hate
Bill
everyone.
Belichick that's why I respect him as a GM. Because he'll say, okay, I made a mistake, bye, see you later.
He'll make a quick decision.
People who are Patriots fans, Aaron Dobson, Chad Jackson, Cyrus Jones, I could go on for second round picks that didn't do anything for him that he cut.
Yeah.
Out of there.
Out of there.
Why do you hate him, by the way? I want to know this, Joey. Why do you hate him?
there's-
You don't got to say his name, but why do you hate that guy?
There's two things. I hated everybody that was drafted before me. That drafted.
Okay.
I hate everybody in that 2008 draft. So it has nothing to do with him personally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know the guy. It's nothing to do with him personally.
He's actually a nice guy.
Probably a great guy.
He's a nice guy.
Probably a
Yeah,
great
what's
guy.
his name?
No, I don't know.
He's a nice guy.
Great
But
guy.
the reality is
I literally
that
like had
no,
everyone
bro.
who was drafted.
Oh.
I had their name on them.
Oh,
Like it was.
and
just
I'm
like,
pretty sure he didn't finish his rookie. He didn't even make it out of his rookie contract.
Nah, I don't think he made it 2 years.
I think he made it too. I think he made it too.
You play linebacker?
But, yeah. We're not telling you his name, guys.
No, I'm just asking.
He was a middle linebacker.
I'm
like
just
Joe
asking
Owens.
questions.
Yeah, he was a Mike linebacker.
Okay.
But
I just think that Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, obviously, like we said, will always be intertwined. Excuse me. It's just he had to make a GM decision. It was a fucking GM decision. Yeah. They probably fucking love each other, like without a doubt. They're probably
because the reality is,
drinking wine,
if you're a
talking
betting
shit.
man,
But Tom Brady wouldn't have won with that offense over there.
No, he definitely would have.
So
but
he
the
probably
chances
helped
of
him. He helped him.
Him getting better after the season that he had last year, looking at what Tom Brady did last year, he probably realized, listen, Tom Brady can no longer carry lesser talent. Yeah. He's not at the point where he can continue to carry lesser talent. Like Aaron Rodgers is still carrying lesser talent. Like apart from Devontae Adams, they have nothing. Like they got people with three.
Not Aaron Jones. You got Aaron Jones.
No. But I'm saying at the receiver position, they just throw somebody in.
Oh yeah.
And he just won an MVP with people that I've never heard of in my life.
Hey, you know, instead of taking Love, imagine
Tom
if they
Brady
would have had.
Used to be that guy.
They took Jordan Love. Imagine they would have took CeeDee Lamb instead. Because they were supposed to. If they would have, imagine they would have had Devontae Adams and.
Imagine. That's why Aaron Rodgers was pissed. But like Tom Brady was dragging the Troy Browns, the Deion Branches, the David Givens, these type of people.
Aaron Rodgers should request
Julian Edelman's, Wes Welker's, Daniel. He can't do that anymore.
Aaron Rodgers should request a trade. Get the fuck out of Green Bay.
Can't do it.
From you, Aaron, get the fuck out of Green Bay.
And that's what
fuck out of
go to the 49ers.
Bill Belichick was assessing. That's what Bill Belichick, the GM, was assessing. Tom, you can no longer carry a franchise. You can be a great quarterback amongst great players.
Which was the right call, by the way.
It's a great call.
I mean, yeah, because they wouldn't have won it. Patriots were like, "Oh, look, Tom." They wouldn't have won. They wouldn't have.
No. That offense was trash.
Everyone was talking about.
You can't name 3 wide receivers on that team.
Listen, Cam Newton didn't have a great season. He played for all intents and purposes. Other than about 2-3 games, he played terrible. Right. The reason why they weren't benching him because they watched the tape.
Don't know shit else.
They watched the tape. They saw they can't protect this man. Receivers aren't getting open.
Shit else.
Who's Jacoby Myers? Do you know who he is?
Mm-hmm.
What round was he drafted? What college did he go to?
I have no idea.
He was the best receiver on the team.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I can't name 3 wide receivers on that team.
He was the best receiver. I can name the whole receiver.
N'Keal Harry,
one very good.
Jacoby Myers,
one very good. They averaged the least amount of separation.
Bird, I think was another one that played with.
They averaged the least amount of separation in the league that year. And Cam Newton was in the top 10 of throws on target.
Yeah, I don't think it's Cam's fault he had a bad year.
I don't think it's his fault either. But my point is that's how bad their offense was.
He completed 65% of his passes to nobodies.
Yeah. He had one of the highest on target rates in the league.
Yeah. Shit.
People weren't creating separation.
His QB rating is fucking 82.
So Josh McDaniels and Bill Belichick were watching that tape. Having watched the greatest quarterback in NFL history, in our opinion, for 20 years, they know what it looks like. Shit. So they watched that tape and said, you know what? The reason why we're losing is not Cam Newton's fault.
It's not Cam's fault.
Before we change topics, the Buccaneers going to repeat next year?
Highly unlikely.
Nah, people get paid, man. It's hard to do it twice. People get paid.
Because Chris Godwin will probably be gone.
Yeah, people get paid. Because
he's going to get paid.
Shaq Barrett.
No. They're gonna try to keep Shaq Barrett. But Chris Barrett, yeah, but I mean,
he's like 15 years old. He's been in the league 10, 15 years.
But because you have Antonio Brown and that kid Scotty Miller, you can allow Chris Godwin to leave.
Yeah, but that's if you keep Antonio Brown.
Yeah, you'll keep him.
Why? Antonio should try and get money. If I'm Antonio, I'm trying to get out of
here. Yeah, but I mean, you can get away with paying him a little. Like, Antonio done got paid before. A couple times.
He has. It's just, I think there's a market for Antonio.
Gronk stays?
I think people don't like him. But
yeah, Gronk definitely stays.
Gronk stays.
And OJ Howard will be back. They got probably the best tight end.
Gronk's tied with Tom. Gronk will never play enough for another quarterback. I don't give a shit what anybody says.
No, facts.
He said that.
Yeah.
He said that already.
Yeah, well, good for him. Good for him. If I'm him, I'm the same way. If I was Jimmy Graham, go back.
Go back to New Orleans. 4 Super Bowls. He'll be
go
the first
back to New Orleans, Jimmy.
I have a question.
Please.
I have a question. Because at one point in time, you told me that Jimmy Graham was better than Gronk.
Because he was.
Okay.
Go back to New Orleans, Jimmy.
Let me ask you a question.
This guy's a homer.
This guy's definitely a homer. He loves his teammates. But let me ask you a question. Is Gronk the GOAT of tight end?
Yeah. I'll give that up. I'll give that up simply because when Sean, which was a business decision, shipped my man Jimmy to Seattle, like literally his career died in Seattle. I don't want to say his career died, but he's played with three first ballot Hall of Fame he's
QBs.
Played with he's played with 3 first ballot Hall of Fame QBs. One of them and Russ is like, it's like running for your life out there. I like no receiver is ever going to be known for being a receiver in Seattle. I don't care who you are. Lockett's their best receiver.
DK Metcalf?
DJ Metcalf. I think DJ Metcalf's career. DK Metcalf's career. I think just the timing won't work with
because he looks like he's trying to get out of there
with Russ. Just the timing won't work. I think DK is a legit receiver. I think he'd be great. I think the timing just won't work with Russ. I don't think there's a receiver with Russ in Seattle that will be known for being a big time receiver. Whether you're a receiver or a tight end,
why not?
I just don't think that will happen. I just think the system,
they can't protect
how they protect, how they play. Like
that's why
DK put up numbers this year.
We play what we call rap ball over there. But it's rap ball.
They scramble, throw. Nothing's on time.
Rap ball.
Nothing's on time.
That just doesn't really.
He came out and said, "I'm tired of getting hit."
Yeah, it doesn't happen much in the league. That's rap ball.
Yeah, but part of it has to do with him too, holding on to the ball, scrambling, trying to make
ball. Their offensive line
can't
sucks.
protect, bro. If you were to put a quarterback.
So
in
he's
that
basically
system
saying draft some O linemen this year.
But if you were to put a quarterback in a system that wasn't athletic, they're not gonna look good.
He'll be sitting back there getting killed.
Can you imagine? Think about what Patrick Mahomes went through, right, in that Super Bowl. Imagine if Tom Brady was on that team. He would have just sat down because Tom Brady doesn't scramble.
No, he just
sat down and took the sack. That's what he did against the Giants.
What Pat Mahomes did in the Super Bowl, Russ does that 16 games a year.
Yeah,
that's fucking tiring.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot.
Russ was at the Super Bowl because he won the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. He was looking at that shit, thinking to himself,
"I do this shit.
What I do every day.
I do this shit every week. Like this is
can't throw. He doesn't throw on time. That's how Big Ben was.
Yeah,
Big Ben used to be like that.
Yeah. Early
and now he's kind of slowing down, and he struggled towards the end of the season because he can't move the same way. But. So no shout out for Tony Gonzalez or Antonio Gates, Shannon Sharp, any of those people.
Oh, great tight ends.
Shannon Sharp already said that.
Great tight ends. Gronk is the man.
And Shannon don't want to say no because Shannon won't let people say Tony Gonzalez is better than him.
But he said
Gronk. Yeah,
don't get me wrong. Are Shannon and Tony Gonzalez more talented than Gronk? Yes. I think they're more talented. I think they're talented, more talented receivers. I just think Gronk was just.
That man had 2 seasons where he had like 18 touchdowns.
Well, hold on. Can the argument be? Can the argument be because he was playing with the GOAT? Like put Shannon Sharp or Tony Gonzalez with the GOAT?
No. First of all, Shannon Sharp played with John Elway his whole career.
So what? You're going to compare John? Look at John Elway's stats again. Like, we're going to do that.
Different game though.
Exactly.
So now he's playing a running back that ran for 2,000.
But that's what I'm saying. He's playing. He's playing on a team with a Hall of Fame running back. He's playing in an era where they don't throw the ball as much.
I think he's still talented.
So if you put, of course, Gronk is talented. But I'm saying if you put Tony Gonzalez and Shannon Sharp with Tom Brady in his prime, what are we talking about?
Of course,
put him with the sheriff.
Because
what are we talking about?
Tony Gonzalez and late in his career went to work with Matt Ryan. But my point is that Gronk's hands are huge. They're soft. He catches everything. His catch radius is ridiculous. He's big as hell.
That's everybody we named now.
Yeah, but Shannon Sharp's catch rate Shannon Sharp was a small guy for a tight end. He was
but he was
6'3", 200. He was just a lot quicker and athletic.
Okay, so
but he was faster than people thought, and he was a big boy. Like he had talent. He wasn't as talented as those. He wasn't as
talented as any of those players. I don't think he's. Something Gronk's gonna be the GOAT, but he's not as talented as anyone on that list alone. It's pure fucking talent. Pure fucking athleticism.
But you're talking about in terms of athletic from athletic
Antonio
Gates was more athletic.
Not more athletic than any of those.
But Shannon
the next
Sharp,
5 guys is not.
Gronk's what 6'6", 270 pounds. Shannon Sharp was 6'3", 225.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be a better. You're probably gonna be a better athlete.
Hey, these talented though.
So I know we got something for our lady listeners. T. What was it that you said that they were asking on the?
On social media they wanted us to talk about interracial relationships and what we thought about it, and where all 3 of us are in interracial relationships. I don't know where you guys want to kick off, but they just, what are your thoughts in this climate, interracial relationships?
Are we in the 60s?
Is it something that you guys even think of?
No.
Is it, do you guys get looks from people? I mean,
South Florida's a different animal.
I've been with my wife for a long time, and I would say, yeah, we've had people say things to us.
Like what?
Like just crazy things. Like I've walked through the club with my wife and I've had like some women say, "Oh, he's just with you for sex." Did it like
that's crazy?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah. It's crazy that we're in a time where like this is still relevant.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying. Are we in the 60s?
Obviously,
2021 right now.
It is. Like.
I think obviously it's the time frame and what's going on. And things of that nature.
So your girlfriend is, just so everybody can know, she's white?
White Italian.
White Italian.
DeMarco. Probably about as Italian as it gets. But no, I think it's just the climate that we live in. You're going to get those kind of situations. You're going to get those things. I think that obviously it's unfortunate. It's not something that I live by, something that I try to teach my child or something that's even been in my family for the most part. Like my family's been great about interracial dating. So I think it's unfortunate, but that's the small lens that you deal with when you're dealing with small people.
I think living in South Florida kind of disguises that a lot, just because it's such a melting pot down here.
I don't know.
Fucking Republican.
Well, my girlfriend's black and Filipino, and she looks Dominican. So I guess people think it's just two Hispanics dating each other. So it's you know what I'm saying. So I don't get that.
Me and more.
I don't get that problem. Like as far as where people give us any type of looks or anything like that. And by people, you get basically you're saying Caucasians.
No, not necessarily.
Anybody.
No, not necessarily.
So you're saying
I've gotten it from black people before.
Yeah, I get it mostly from black people, and then a lot.
So would you guys say black women hate that a black man is off the market because of a white woman?
I don't know. I don't necessarily say that.
I wouldn't say hate. I think
dislike.
What the reality is that I think it's a little over 80% of people will date and marry within their own race.
Yeah.
So I think for some people it's still shot. Like me, I have 9 nephews. I would say out of the 9, only 2 of them are not mixed with something else.
Yeah.
You know, I have a nephew his mom's El Salvadorian and his dad's black. I have nephews that are black and white. I have nephews that are so like in my family, it's never been an issue. In my immediate family, I don't know how other people feel about outside of that. I mean, my mom always championed that. She always had friends who were different colors, different sexual orientations, all those type of things. But yeah, I notice it a lot. Like when I lived obviously like I live in Broward now, but when I lived in Miami, we were in a condo building that was predominantly Latino, and we always got looks because my wife is like a lot of things. She's Italian, Irish, Haitian, Arabic, all mixed in. But like most people down here think she's Hispanic. So we would get lots of looks. Like even in my building, there were people that wouldn't get in the elevator with us. Like in this time period. So even though it's South Florida, like let's be honest, like there's racist and prejudiced people that are black, Latino, white, Asian. So for me, I'm having fun. Like I told my wife the other day, like the reality is like even though my son's mixed, like the world's going to look at him as a black man.
He looks Dominican, by the way. Little man is Dominican.
So like
son.
the reality is like, you know,
my Haitian brethren.
So it is what it is. Like it doesn't bother me, but I
notice it. It doesn't
especially
bother me.
Obviously you're Latino, so I don't know how you feel, but like being a 36-year-old black man and operating in college and in corporate America, I'm very cognizant of like me being a big black man and what I look like, and I'm used to like people looking at me. I'm used to it. So like every once in a while, my wife will point it out, or like not as much anymore. But when we first started like dating, like she would kind of notice it and like get mad about it. But I mean, it doesn't bother me. It's not even something like I'm always aware of like who I am and
where I am in that space.
My surroundings, like because you have to be. But it doesn't, it's not something that bothers me. It's not something that I'm worried about for my children.
But that's what black men have always done.
Yeah.
Me being Latino living in South Florida, man, when I went to high school, if you were white, you were the minority.
Yeah.
Right? So I didn't experience anything to where I felt like a minority until a few years back. I had an event in Kentucky, and I went to Kentucky, and that was right there. That was an experience that I've never had before. Anywhere that I would walk into, I remember I was waiting for some of my friends. We were going to go to the event, and I was like, yo, I'm just going to go eat real quick. I went to a restaurant, and I was the only Hispanic person there. Everybody else, 99% of that place, or 100% pretty much was white. And that's when I experienced, like, people were looking at me like, the fuck are you doing in here? You know what I mean? And I'm thinking it's normal for me because in South Florida, you can walk into anywhere and there's plenty of people that look like me. I walked into that bar/restaurant and I was like, oh shit, I'm not at home anymore. Yeah. So that's kind of the first time it happened to me. And surprisingly, about a year or two ago in Tampa too. I didn't realize the Caucasian population in Tampa, how large.
South Florida is like a different country. Like a different country.
It really is, man. It really is. Yeah. And I've had people that I used to work with that I worked with in Broward that were like, oh, you go to Miami on the weekends? I'm like, they're like, nah, we just stay in Broward. We stay in Fort Lauderdale. Las Olas for us. We're not going to Wynwood.
Yeah, man. I think obviously I commend all of you guys on dating someone outside of your race because it can be difficult at times, but it's something that you you take in and you understand and you.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of cultural differences.
Yeah, that's where the biggest thing is probably.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest thing is the cultural
upbringing,
your
different upbringings.
Yeah,
that you realize as a black man or even being black that your significant other.
And that's something that me and my wife still navigate because we grew up couldn't have grown up more differently in a more different environment. So, yeah, man, it's just, I mean, it's fun. I like it. I like it. You learn new things. You become more down to earth. You become more open.
And I don't know, you understand who they are and how they operate and that your significant other and how.
Love who you want to love, man. Yeah. Love who you want to love.
I would love to hear ladies' opinions on this as far as them, dating interracially and how their family reacts to, them being with someone outside of their race as well. So that's definitely.
And I would say in my experience, most families of all races don't react very well. I would say.
I think initially they're hesitant. I think my parents were. I don't know my parents because it's only my mom. I think my family was like a little taken back when it first happened, but we're also talking like 15 years ago. Yeah. So I think they were initially like taken back simply because they only saw me date black girls prior to that. Yeah. But once that person came to the house and kind of got acclimated around the family and they understood, I think it was fine. I never really got any slack from my family or anything about that. But I think initially they were just taken back by it because it was so different from the girlfriend before that or the girlfriend before that or whatnot. But, my family's been great about it and I love my family for it. I do appreciate y'all for that. But yeah.
I mean, I've always had an interracial type posse of friends growing up. So I don't think I don't know how my dad felt. But I think from my mom's standpoint, I know like she's a very nice person. She's always very accepting.
She was cool with everybody.
But yeah, I mean, it can definitely be hard because I think a lot of like, especially women, like a lot of their fathers like expect them to be with a man that like is like them and looks like them. So when it's the complete opposite,
that's some weird
shit. It kind of like you're taken aback by it. That's some weird shit. If I had a daughter, I wouldn't want her to be with a man that was like me. At least not when I was younger.
But that's episode 10, man. You got anything else, or it's a wrap?
Nah, man. That was a good one.
That's episode 10, y'all. Appreciate 10, y'all for sticking around and listening to us, man.
These future episodes coming up, man. We're gonna have some guests and keep it moving. That's the Unapologetic Gentlemen. We're out of here.
Yep.